I didn't have sound on, I just turned it on right now. I've been just playing around with the laser and I want to find the right settings to set up a camera as all. I didn't have sound on, I just turned it on right now. I'm just going to play around the positioning. I need to find a good spot for the laser. The enclosure it's in is reflective, and because that's reflective, the blue light from the laser is actually amplified, and this laser is actually not really close to the surface. It is a focusable laser, and because I can adjust the focus of it, it's raised above and there's more ambient blue light. So give me a moment, guys, I'll just play around with this. I'll be back. I'm sorry guys, I hit the button again. Yeah, it's the problems between the keyboard and the chair. I'm sorry. So I'm going to run another one right now. It's going to be a little bit off center from what you see here, but it should be fine. And what I'm going to do is I could do this in line, but I'm going to do it in fill mode to see how it turns out. And this is going to be running at 2000 at 60%, so it's not going to be super fast. I could go a little bit faster, but I don't want to. I want it to come out nice and dark. And it should come out okay. So I'm going to run this. Let's see. Let's do a frame of it one last time. So you'll get most of it in there. Let me see if I can adjust the camera a fraction to just to get it all in. One moment. That should cover it all. So I'm doing this inside a 3D printer enclosure. This is inside a 3D printer enclosure. So let me do another frame again to make sure, see how it turns out. Frame. Oh, that would fit that spot perfect. Okay, this is going to take a while. So I'm going to kick this off and see how it goes. Can you hear me, guys? Please let me know if you can hear me. On my side, the audio looks like it's working. I just want to make sure you're receiving it. Now again, this will be bright. I'm telling you up front, this is going to get very, very bright, because it's going to reflect around the inside. The light's going to reflect around the inside of the chamber. Can anybody hear me out there? Let me make sure the audio is coming through. Tactile match, you're saying there's no audio, but I'm going to kick this off and see how it goes. Oh, that's going to be hard in the eyes, guys. Let's see if I can adjust the video a little bit. Might be able to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. Let me see. That's worse. That's worse. No. No better. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, good. Just want to make sure it was working. So I've made some tweaks to the camera settings to try and augment the blue light. It's going to show up as white instead of blue, but it's still going to flash, and there's nothing we can do about that because it is reflecting inside the chamber. So this is just a skeletal outline is what I'm engraving, that has some flowers and leaves and so on around it. But there's nothing I can do about the flash, because the beam is going to be reflecting off the lens, unless I put, let me see if this will work. One moment. If I give the camera glasses, it might work. Let me try that. I need to figure out how to mount these, so give me a moment. I'm not quite sure if that will hold, but let's give it a try. Oh, that's better. You don't see what it's working on though, but you do see it. Now let's see if I can adjust the camera to make it better. I'll bump up the contrast. There we go. That's better. How does that look? There's still two people out there watching. I'm going to let this run. I'll be in chat with you guys. I won't be on audio. I'm just going to let this run. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I have work to do, so I decided to run it during my day. Just finished having my lunch, so I'm going to kick off a bit of some laser work and see how it comes out. But that's looking good so far. Let's make sure I have it set up to autofocus. Maybe I'll manually focus and see how it looks. There we go. That's nice and crisp. So that looks better. So you can actually see the work that's clear, and everything is I'm filtering out most of the blue light. Gave the camera some glasses. So I'm going to mute. I'll be back over in a while when this job is finished, and as I'm changing over, doing some other testing, I'll come back over and go back into microphone, and we can chat for a moment if anyone's out there. But I will temporarily show it. I'll just show it like this while I'm doing my job, and I can watch it in from my office while it's going on, and I'll jump back over in a while. Okay, so if you have questions, type them in chat. I will be monitoring chat from my office, and every now and again I'll pop in and say hi and talk to you guys while this goes, and then I'll switch it out. If I want to run a few different test jobs, so I'll switch it out a little bit to see how it goes. Alright guys. Hey guys, just decided to pop on and say hi while this is running. I do have red laser glasses that are covering the camera, because earlier on, without a cover on the camera, it was blindingly bright. It was really bad. So I did reposition the camera, and I put some red laser glasses over it to see how it works. I will plan to, once this job is finished, I'll replace those red glasses because they seem a little bit too dark, with a set of green glasses to cover the camera, and see how that turns out. If it gives a better image, I'll run with that. But as you can see, it is doing its job. This is actually doing a nice job. I'll show you the details later on. I'll probably jump on for a while. When these are over, and my day job is over, I will show the samples live. I just wanted to do a little bit of streaming so people can see the laser in action is all. And I will do a couple of different things. I will do some vector engraving as well. So I just need to find some nice images to do some vector engraving with. I haven't found anything yet, but I'll figure something out, and we'll give that a test. You don't want to go overboard with it. Hey Stephen, can you hear me? I want to make sure the audio is coming through okay, since I know you're out there. Please give me a thumbs up or say yes or whatever works. Trying to find some nice images. You can hear. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, I'm not on screen because this is about showing the laser in operation, so I'm not on the screen, but it's working away there. I'm going to find some nice images. We'll see how they turn out. I don't want to go to anything too dark. Unless you have any suggestions, guys, about what you want to see engraved. I am open to your suggestions, please. If you have a link to a nice image that you think would come out nice, please share it. I'll be happy to give it a try. I haven't done photographs yet. I will be doing a photograph at some point. I just haven't done it yet. SVGs are preferred because they're easier to engrave. But I can make anything work, pretty much. What else is going on? I don't know me doing this while I'm doing my day job. As I said, I just took a break from my lunch a short while ago. I kicked this off, and I decided to come out and check, and every now and again I'll pop out and say hi while this is running. So as I said, if you have any suggestions for nice images to be engraved, please feel free to share. You saw a Trunksy IDEX today. I did not know they had an IDEX either, Stephen. If you find that, send me the link, please, on Facebook. You can whisper to me here also, but if you can find a link to it, send me the link. I would like to investigate their IDEX machines. As you know, IDEX are a interest of mine. So yeah, I'd like to give it see what they have, see how they built it. I'm more interested in the mechanics of how it was put together, because I know what does and does not work. And so I'd like to see what their IDEX solution looks like. Let's see. I'm still trying to find a nice image. I haven't found one yet. Ooh, I can do. Let's see. Free. See if they have any nice Chinese New Year ones out there. This is the year of the bull. Is it the bull or the dog this year? I think it's the year of the bull. No, is it? Or no, the tiger, I think. I think this is the year of the tiger. Let me double check that, which year it is. Yeah, it is year of the tiger this year. That's it. So I'll have to see if I can find a nice logo that has the year of the tiger. Don't forget to share that with me, Stephen, when you find the link to that IDEX. I never even seen it on their website, so that must be a new offering. Thank you. Send to Facebook. Great. Yeah, when I go back to my other desk, I will have a quick look. I'm just going to find the next set of. Oh, there we go. That might be what I'm looking for. This might work actually. Let's see. I think I found my next image. I'm going to give it a try. Let's see if this works. Let's trace that and see how it looks. Group. Yeah, I think it'll work. Let's see what we just said. Tronxy IDEX 3D printing Gemini S2 head multicolor large FDM 3D printing machine. 300 by 300 but 390. That's not very big, but it's okay. That's about the average size that's out there. Nice. That's about the same size as half of all the other IDEXs that I have. Maybe a little taller on one or two of them than in some of mine on the Z axis. Some of mine are shorter on the Z. Others are about that height. So this might be good as a vector engrave actually, rather than a raster. Okay, it looks like we're going outside the field of view for the camera. I think. Are we? Just on the very edge. We're nearly done anyway. So I'm not gonna move anything. I'm gonna let it run out the way it is. And then I'll switch it a little bit in a while. I'll drop the camera angle down a little bit more, and I will change the glasses from red to green, because this is very close to the edge and the very end of the engrave. 500, so it's $588 was $998. Wow, that's half price. I'm wondering if they're doing that as an introduction price, the 588. Or it could be a big sale because they're about ready to start the Chinese New Year, which is another week's time. So if they're going to do anything, if they're going to do sales, now is the time they'll do the sales between now and Chinese New Year and try and sell product, because they have 1 or is it 2 weeks off starting the middle of the month. There we go, that finished. So let me do a switch around. One moment. That actually looks really good. I'll show it to you better. They come out really nice. You can feel it, it's actually indented, so they come out really clean. So I'm going to try, maybe remove the backing from this. I'm going to try the next image, it's going to be much bigger. A little bit bigger. And then before I do that, let me switch out the glasses to green set. And I'll move the camera over a little. It's more centered. And we'll try the green glasses rather than the red. Seems to have a less of an effect. Let's see how that looks. I'll tilt it down a bit more. Sorry, I'm jerry-rigging this as I go. See how that looks? That looks okay. Just going to shine this light in a different direction. And I'm going to do a quick frame. See if it works. I'm going to move it down actually here, so it'll fit better in the camera field of view. I'm just framing this up. Okay, so let's give that a whirl. It's not showing up in camera. Oh, there it is. Now I may have to tilt the camera down a little bit more. That's better. Okay. So let me close this up. I'm going to run away. Okay. So I'm engraving a Happy New Year in Chinese because the Chinese New Year is coming. Yeah, they're having a big New Year sale. Yeah, that's probably why it is. Yeah, I thought it might have been something like that. So this shouldn't take too long to run. And it's just I'm going to engrave the Happy New Year with the for 2022 the second zero, the 0 in 20 is actually the face of a tiger with Happy New Year underneath it, and then again in Chinese characters. Alright, I'm going to jump off audio. I'll be back in a while. I'll be watching this. I will be on chat watching what's going on, because I'm doing my day job while this burns. So the green lens seems to be doing a better job. The red was blocking way too much light. The green is letting more light through, so it seems to be doing a better job. So we'll try it with that. And I'm going to check out your link, Stephen. I want to see what they're saying about their IDEX machine. I might actually reach out to them to see if they want someone to play with their machine, play with the IDEX that they've just released, because I didn't even know they had an IDEX. I've never seen an IDEX on their site before, so maybe it's a new product. I do not know. Alright, I'm dropping audio. I'll be back in a moment, guys. You keep watching. Helps my viewing hours, even if it's only on in the background. It does help. Interaction does help as well, so type questions in chat. The more people that converse in chat, the better it is, because it's averaged. It's not per stream. It's actually averaged across all streams. But I'm going to be around, Stephen. I'm just going to be watching the chat rather than on audio, because I'm actually in a different room. My office is a different room to where I'm set up right now. So I'll be back in a while, guys. Okay, for those who are watching, some of you who were watching a while ago noticed that the image was red. I have a set of glasses to cover the camera. It's not to protect the camera, it's to decrease the amount of light going into the camera because it just blinds the camera. So I had a set of red glasses in there earlier on, and it was a very dull image, and I decided to try out the green, and the green does give a better image for the camera to view. They both, on a person, they both protect the eyes, but on the camera it gives a better image with the green lenses on there. So I put a green cover, protective lens, or glasses over the camera to protect the camera a little bit, and to make it easier for you to see what's going on. Otherwise all you'll see is really bright flashes of light because the camera would amplify the light because it's coming in spurts. It's going on and off. So that's the reason why some of you, as you said, you noticed that it changed from Abaddus. You said it was red earlier on, and it was because I just switched out the glasses that were put over the camera to filter the light. So this is since the Chinese Happy New Year, Chinese New Year is coming in the next week, in about a week's time or so. I decided to do a little logo for the Happy New Year because it is the year of the tiger. So that's what I'm burning right now, and it's not, these are all tests I'm doing. This is running at 2000 millimeters speed and at 60% of the laser. It's a 5-watt laser, and I'm using Lightburn, and for a diode laser you always set your settings at millimeters per minute. So I'm running at 2000 millimeters per minute at a power setting of 60% of the 5-watt laser. So right now it's running at about 3 watts roughly, what the output is out of the total 5-watt. I could go faster at a higher power setting, but there are aspects that if you go too fast you introduce issues as well. You can introduce some artifacts in your engrave, and if you want it nice and clean you try not go too fast. You go fast but not too fast. 3000 okay. Running at 5000, if your laser is not bolted down onto a solid surface, that can introduce artifacts. In other words, the laser, when it's suddenly stopping and changing direction, can introduce vibration, and that will show up in your engraved work. Okay, so I'm going to, as I said, I'm still working my normal day job. I decided to come on and explain because there was some questions about it. I'll pop back in. I will be watching chat, so if you have questions, please feel free to post your questions in chat and I will address them, and I will come back to you when I'm going to do the next cut or the next engrave. I haven't decided what I'm going to do next, but if you have any suggestions of what you want me to try, please let me know. Post a link to the image you would like me to try next in chat. I remember we try to keep the channel family friendly, so whatever you post, please try and keep it family friendly. Or message me on Facebook with a link if you wish to. My Facebook is AstroPrinter. You can find me, and if you send me some interesting images, we'll see if we can get it printing, but family friendly, please. All right, I'll be watching chat, so if you have any questions, post them there. Hey guys, this is almost done. Just doing a little bit of testing on another diode laser, 5-watt diode laser. It has a 370 by 410 build area or engrave area. And with Chinese New Year on the horizon, I decided to do something around Chinese New Year. See if I can make that fit better. It doesn't. So just showing some of the testing while I'm doing some testing. I might as well stream it while I'm testing. I'm not on camera at the moment because I am playing around with this, but and I'm doing my day job as well because I'm working from home. So every now and again I pop in and out of the chat, or I'm on chat watching, but I'm popping in and out of the audio as it runs. And this is a nice little design, very simple. Just 2022 is Year of the Tiger. Well, flipping the camera, I suppose I could, yeah. Let me see how that looks. No, it doesn't work because the text is backwards. I need to move the camera around. I have the camera set up at the back because my laser homes to the front. So it doesn't look as good when I do it that. I need to actually move the camera around because the text would appear backwards if I flip it that way. Let me try. That's a vertical flip. Let's see if I can do. I don't have the option to do a horizontal flip. You only can do a vertical flip, which is no good to me, because that reverses the text. I will try, now that I have the green cover protecting the lens, I will try and move the camera later on, because I'll probably go live again later this afternoon anyway at some point. I'll run this for a while, maybe do 1 or 2 more small jobs on this, and then based on that I will probably end my stream in about an hour or so, and then later on yeah well, I'm going to do it later on. I'm actually going to move my camera because I want a better view. I plan to move my camera later because I do want to get a better view, a more wider field of view, so I have to move the camera. This is just a test setup. I just did it off the bat. Normally I do more planning when I stream. I just decided just to go live when I'm doing it. I just want to see what I might do one more image. Kind of pick a nice image to do a design of. If anyone has suggestions of images they think it would actually come out nice on this, I'll be happy to accommodate, as long as they're family friendly, please. You can feel free to suggest them to me. As I said, I'll be on and off here while this is running. This is close to being done, and I've been going now for what, a little bit of time, almost 2 hours. So I might stop it shortly after this, and I'll probably jump on again on the stream. I'll probably go live again later on this afternoon or this evening once my day job is done, because I want to do some work. I have a printer I want to work on, and I'll still do some lasering as well. So I might combine them into a single stream. It'll be easy enough to do because I just need to figure out what I want to do. I may even consider them doing some cutting. What's going on with Stephen? Add me so I can see when you're. Oh well, if you follow the channel, you should be able to get a notification. Stephen. If you follow the channel, you should get notified when I go live. I'm happy to add you, of course. I can accept. Sorry, I didn't see that. Yeah, accept. But yeah, you should. But by following the channel, by clicking the little heart icon below the channel to follow, that will actually notify you on your email every time I go live. Which is what makes life easier for you to get notified when I do it. So once it's done, and it's about, I'm guessing 15 minutes away from being done. Let me see how far we've come. We're about 48 minutes into doing this. I'm not going super fast, I don't want to, because I'm not running at a high power. And we are at 88%. So yeah, about 10 minutes is my guess running this. It's just the tops of them have to be finished. And then I will show them later on. And I'll do a few more this afternoon. I'll kick off some more. I just have to pick what I want to cover. Let's see what's happening over here. We are 55 followers. That's good overall. We're about halfway through our streaming requirements, and I need to stream a couple of more days. But I'll do some more. The hours is easy to make up. It's the number of days that I really need to do more streams on. So I'm going to do more. Maybe set some jobs up and do some streaming during the day and be on chat while it's running. I have some print jobs I need to get done, so I might set them up. But yeah, actually, hey Kieran. Yes, and you are one of them, Kieran. So you can't really complain about it. I'm just doing a test. This is actually a Fokoos laser. It's called the FE20. It's a 20 watt input, but it's a 5 watt output. Hey Anne, how are you? Please, if you haven't been here before, click on the follow button on the bottom. So you the little heart icon. Follows do not cost you a penny. Subscribers do, but you pay for subscriptions, but following does not cost you a penny. And if you want to, please click on the follow button below, and I thank you for doing so. It just you get notified when I do go. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much for following. I'll be going. I'm live now. I'm going to end this live when this burn is done. But I will be going live again later on this evening. So after you had time to have your coffee, Kieran, I'll be going live again. This can cut. It'll do 3 millimeters. It'll do 2 millimeters probably in one pass. I'm guessing 3 millimeters maybe in 2 passes, and 5 millimeter maybe in 4 or 5 passes. This is a long focus. It does not have a fixed focus lens, so you do not have you're not dealing with the guard over the laser getting in your way of moving the laser down in Z to cut. This does not have that problem, so you'll be setting your it sits about, I'm guessing, I'd have to measure it, but I'm guessing it's about about 50 centimeters or so above the build area, so it's not adjustable. You adjust the focus, and because of that, if you're cutting with it, you can actually move the laser down. Like you can prop the piece up a little bit when you're cutting, or make the laser out of focus, that it's not a focus on the top, but it's focused slightly deeper. So you can do that. Or as I said, you can prop the part that you're cutting up a little bit more and be slightly focus it at one surface and then raise the part a little bit, and that will do it. So there are ways of doing it on this laser. This is very close to being done right now. So we have 9 people watching. That's cool. And we've been going for almost 2 hours. This is my second burn. I did one earlier on that came out. They came out really nice, and I can show it to you when this is done. and then and this one came out nice. And then later on, easy to add an air assist in. Yes, you could add an air assist to this. Yep, you can add. It is because easier because you have more of a distance from the laser to the workspace. So setting up an air assist would be actually easier to do. I agree. The only thing you need to have is, because your focus is done via the focusing at the lens rather than focusing at the by moving the laser head up or down, your air assist would have to move and have to be adjustable. You'd have to take that into account, so you can move it if you're doing it like a piece that's 10 millimeters, like 1 or 2 centimeters high, and you're refocusing to that. You would have to be able to move your air assist to assist you. But generally, air assist is only used for cutting anyway, and you wouldn't be cutting really thick materials with this, or any 5-watt laser. You'll be doing 3, 4, 5 millimeter ply or whatever. That it will work, or basswood or something like that. But you wouldn't go anything heavier than that. Yak. What are you going on about, Bren? Is Ben being a smart ass? Supposed to be a nice change. If you don't want to listen, Ben, Kieran is right. I'm just explaining. I was asked a question. But this is very close to being done, and as I said, I'm going to wind it up after this. You're still printing parts for your laser? Okay. Yeah, I'm about winding this one up, this view up any moment, once the job is done. And I will be popping on later on again. I will probably just kick off another laser burn this evening, but I'll be on camera, and I will be probably setting up a camera as well to do maybe on a printer or something. I'm going to do some work here, so I'll jump on screen. I know you are. I'm just going along with what Kieran says. That's all. It's a nice change for me to agree to go along with Kieran. I have to make him feel good, right? It's so rare I agree with him. So we are. Oh, that's very close. It's just doing the tips of the numbers now. It's yes. If you want to, well, it should be right way up for you. You're down under. Bite me. Oh, you can feel the love here, can't you guys? Kieran and I have love-hate relationship. We love hating each other. Is that right, Kieran? But yeah, the camera's actually mounted in the wrong way. I'm going to have to figure out a way of better mounting the camera with the lenses covering it, so you can actually see what's going on. Because if it's too far, it doesn't. You lose some of the detail. What about love going? What I love. You could feel a lot more if I could reach. Oh, that's funny. Kieran Clark is a good egg. Ben, I thought you knew us. And even worse still, I thought you knew Kieran. Okay, that's just about done. Okay, I'm going to flip the image around so you can see it before I end the stream. Just 1 second, guys. I'm away from my desk where the microphone is. Off these. Don't need them on that. how does that look? Let me just make sure that looks good, right? Put it back a bit more so we can see it better. That came out really nice. Kieran, he obviously you were finally able to get your 3.5 watt laser module to work with the MKS board. Okay. Or the yeah, nice. Yeah, they came out nice and clean. Now it looks darker. It's actually a light brown on the surface. It's not actually that black. It looks dark because of the lighting and the angle, and probably the camera as well. Later on I will show it better in stream, but that did come out nice and clean. So that is for Year of the Tiger, which is what Chinese New Year is about to start in the next week or so, and I believe they're celebrating in, what date is it again? Let me check. Chinese New Year 2022 is on February 1. But they will go on most of them will go on vacation next week, or in about a week or two, I believe. They'll be on vacation. But it came out nice and clean. That's cool. So, Kieran, in case you were wondering, this is actually the Fokoos laser. They have actually received them in the US now. I got notification that they have arrived in the US. So they should be getting them up on Amazon shortly and announcing it to everybody, the price and so on. I don't have pricing, but I've been doing a bit of playing around, some testing with it, and it's a nice machine. I've used it before this, but I'm started doing it another round again. So I want to have some fresh samples to show them. The board came with 2-wire 500 watt module. A 2-wire, okay. So that's power and ground. And the power port is probably a PWM port, is my guess. So you probably have a voltage and or maybe it's a voltage and a PWM. Maybe it's what you have. By opening and closing the ground, they're controlling, and they control the laser power. So, but that came out nice. And there was another one I did. Let me put that out there also on top of this one. Actually, it was on the other side. This is the one I did earlier also. And that came out really nice as well. This is just a test board. I've been doing a couple of other sample stuff on it, but that came out. That was one I did earlier as well. And that came out really well. So it looks good. The laser works fine. It engraves really nice. I haven't measured. My 35 laser module is a 3-wire. Some are 3, some are 2. The 3-wire often are power, ground, and PWM, but some are 2. And what you do is, they use the power, the ground often, or the power would often go, the ground would often go to PWM. It'll vary, but you should check. I use Lightburn. You can use Laser Gerbil. Laser Gerbil is free. I use Lightburn because I'm used to using the software. It can do a lot. It's very powerful. Even though it's not perfect, because it has a few issues, a few bugs in there. Lightburn is not free, but it gives you. It's probably for lasers, for diode lasers. I would say it's probably in the more industry standard to use it. I think it costs $70, and now and again you can get it on sale for 40 or 30, for 35 or 40 bucks. But for $70 you get upgrades for the year, but after that you don't have to pay the renewal, but you don't get the upgrades, but you still have the software. I don't like the subscription stuff, but Lightburn is nice. It's one of the few pieces of software I will subscribe to. What I might do is every now and again I might hold off and then renew after a while to see if what new features they're bringing out. So that's how I decide if I want to renew or not. But I like Lightburn as a software. It does a really good job. It's easy to manage. I'll probably end up using Lightburn. Well, you can also try Laser Gerbil, Laser GRBL. It's free to download. It'll run on most operating systems. Lightburn will run on Windows and Mac or a Linux machine, but it won't run on a Raspberry Pi. Laser Gerbil will run on I believe, on a Pi as well. It's really good software. I've never had problems with it. It's always done what I need it to do. And as you can see, like you've seen some of the other, Ben, you've seen some of the other stuff I've lasered, and some of you guys have seen some of the stuff I've lasered out there, and the outcome has been really nice. Again, whatever you're lasering, whatever you're cutting, whatever design you're doing, and whatever material you're engraving on, test, and then do some more testing, right? Make sure you have scrap there to do some test burns to get the right type of finish you're expecting. I believe Laser Gerbil will run on a Pi. As I said, I use Lightburn, but I think Laser Gerbil can operate on a Pi. For my CO2 laser, I don't use Lightburn or Laser Gerbil. I use K40 Whisper, and I run that on a Raspberry Pi. So there's no reason why a version of Laser Gerbil won't run on a Pi. So I think it will. You can verify. Go Google it. You can verify. It's an open source. It's free software. It's a nice software, but it's not as user friendly, I think, as Lightburn is. Lightburn I far prefer. Anyway, the other reason that you don't really need it on a Pi, even if you're going to do, you should never leave a laser alone. I don't. Like if I'm stepping out of this room go to my office where I work, I would have the camera is on, so while I'm streaming here, I'm watching my own stream while I watch my laser. So if anything goes wrong, I can respond to it. It's only 30 steps away from me or 40 steps away from me. My board that's in my K40 will not support Lightburn. It's not a standard Gerbil board. It's the default board that comes with the printer or with the laser, and it doesn't support Lightburn. I should say Lightburn doesn't support the board type, and because of that, hey SPC, and because of that, I have not. I'd have to replace the board to get it to work, and I haven't bothered, to be honest. Because what I do right now, running it on a Raspberry Pi to control my K40, that it runs perfect, so I don't need to change it. So that's the reason why. So I do have a Pi on my K40 because I'm running K40 Whisperer that runs fine on a Raspberry Pi. Other than that, I use a Windows machine with Lightburn or a Mac with Lightburn to control my diode lasers because they are Gerbil boards and Lightburn supports them. Lightburn does not support the default board. Like even Jerry does run Lightburn on his K40, but he had to replace the main board in his K40 to make it work. My wife is bad about leaving the laser alone. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. If you go Google online, you will see people who have done that, and you will see the remnants of sheds that were burnt down, garages that were burnt down, fires in their home, all because they left them alone. Show her, go find some of those images about, like there's guys who have a K40 lasers, especially. They have gone in to get themselves a cup of coffee while they were working in a shed out in their backyard, to walk back out to have the shed on fire, and the result was everything was lost. Everything, all that was left was cinders. So yeah, you should show images to her of the outcome of doing so. There's plenty of them online or in the user groups forums. I think that will change her mind about walking away from it. It is a scary. You know, it's a risk. I don't know about taking away from her. That is, I don't know how well that will be received. But walking away from a laser, not being monitored at all times, is dangerous, even for 5 minutes. Because if the laser head, for whatever reason, one of the axes stops to move, and the laser is in one spot for a long time, that can start a fire. And depending on what's around it, that fire can spread really fast. So I agree with you, Ben. It's scary. I never do it. I never do it. If I'm leaving, if I need to go out of my basement where I do my work, and my lasering and so on, I call my son to come sit down here while I'm upstairs. Or I won't start a job unless I know I have the time to do something. It's down to planning. Yeah. Show her. Go find images online and show her what can happen if she leaves the laser alone. That may change her mind. It may convince her not to do so. All right, guys. That came out. So that was the. Let's see here. She also doesn't wear the glasses. Well, you can always tell her if she doesn't wear the glasses, you know, it's okay, not wearing the glasses. She can always learn to look with her one good eye until that gets damaged. We use a similar term for people in astronomy who look at the sun with their telescope unfiltered. Our response was, you can always do it, but then you can survive with only one eye. It's okay. She has to wear the glasses. If her back is to it, that's one thing, and you're a distance away, and you're in the same room. But if you're looking at it, you need to have those glasses on. You are going to mess up your eyes big time. Let me go back and show the other job that I did, that I just finished, before I wrap things up. So I did this one earlier, and then I just finished this one for Chinese New Year, for those who weren't here a while ago. So that's the one I just finished. Happy Chinese New Year. And it is the year of the tiger, hence the tiger image that's in there. And it came out really nice. The image looks really nice and clean. Yeah. And the last one, the flowers did come out really nice. And so did the skeletal bones that were in there. And this one, everything, even the text came out really clean. And you can actually feel the indent. You can actually feel it. And I was running at 2,000 millimeters per minute at 60% power. And that's on Baltic birch plywood. So it did a nice job. I'll probably do some testing on cutting. I think that's 4 or 5 millimeter ply, so I'll have to do some testing with that one to see what it'll take. I'll set up a couple of squares and see which one works, see which setting works. I'm guessing it's probably for that thickness of ply, I'm guessing it's a 3-pass job to get it to cut. So I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it up for now. I will jump back on later because I have some of my day job work to get done. I just wanted to do some laser testing while and stream a little bit of it in case anyone was interested. While I set it up at lunch and started off some jobs, so we'll see how it came out. And it came out really nice. So I'll be doing a bit more, and I won't be streaming it. Okay, take care, Kieran. I'll be back on later, so it'll be it'll be late your time or early morning your time. I've had to design belt tensioners. If I don't have belt tensioners. I just have little bolts holding it in place. You tension the belt and you screw down the bolts to hold it in place. Like most of the lasers are like that. They don't actually have belt tensioners on the lasers. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Let's see if there's anybody else streaming that we can actually jump over to. There's one other guy, he He's a Norwegian that I started watching, and he has let's see if he's out, if he's on there. We might do a raid. Yeah, Uncle Traveling Mac. He was actually in here a moment ago. He's got 4 people watching. What do you guys think? Should we go raid him? You think it's a good idea? He was working on a laser the other day as well. So if you want to, we can actually go and raid his channel. I think we should. Yeah, let's go raid Uncle Traveling Mac. Okay. He's okay. He's a nice enough guy. He's as I said, he was showing some stuff. But he had a laser the other day, and he was playing around with the laser. It was good. So let's go do that, shall we? Let me get in here to Twitch. Where am I? I need to be in here. You get set up, and we'll go over to his. I've had. Okay, so how many people do we have left in chat? We have 13 people. Okay, guys, I'm about to wrap it up, and we're gonna turn over, and we're gonna where am I? I'm in Stream Manager. We're actually going to swing over, and we're going to jump in. I don't know anybody else who's online right now. There's only one guy I know who's online, and he's Norwegian. Yeah, you'll be able to understand what he says. Don't worry. But we'll go and we jump in, and we'll let's see here. Raid channel. Come on, guys. Bring up the dog. There we go. Uncle Traveling Mac. He's got 4 people. Let's go raid him. And have a good day, guys. Let's say we're queuing up our viewers to raid night now. We're at 9 people. Let's go raid him. And I don't know what he's working on today. Maybe he's working on his laser again, so you get to see more his laser. So we're 10 viewers right now. And let's go. We say hi to him. And if you don't want to raid, then you can always drop off. All right, guys. I'll be back on later on. I'll be doing some more pottering around here, so I'll be back on later on. Speak to you later, guys, and let's go see what Uncle Traveling Mac's up to. Oh, he's playing games.